Let's go. It is the first Sunday in February, and traditionally what that means is all roads lead to Mahalakshmi Racecourse, because it is the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby, and with gates opening up for the first time, we will find some spectators back at the track for what is the blue ribbon of India. Of speed and stamina. The very best in India will be crowned, and to take us through the day, Anit Kasab, of course, a famous voice now in Indian racing. And Anit, what it is just the most important race in the year. Everybody wants to win it.
Absolutely, Mohit. It's such a first of all pleasure to see the crowds back at the racecourse. That is something that we've really been wanting, and more especially that the gates have opened up for the weekend, Derby weekend, and today, the Sunday, is going to be huge. We've got the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby, and what a race that is going to be. 11 contenders, and I tell you, it's going to be an absolute cracker.
And at 4 p.m. we will go live on YouTube as well with the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby. But before we do that, let's take a look at the track on it. The going is good to firm back in this country. It's pretty straight, it's a long straight. Your strategy can play out based on how your horse is, right?
Absolutely.
So you can sit up, you can sit off the pace. The one thing that a front running horse needs to be careful of is, in a straight like this, even though it is a running straight, something from behind will always come and get you if you're not careful.
Yeah, at the Mahalakshmi straight, that always is the case. So you always got someone who eventually comes out from the back end and competes right in the final furlong or so. But so we got to be really careful. They all have to be very tactical, and as I said, it's going to be really exciting. We got to wait and watch.
And it is a very true track out here. Expect to see some fast times in some of the high quality races. If you've got a good horse, they're gonna go quick. Meanwhile, Richa and Aradhna are joining us for the telecast today, and they are with, all the fashion, the glamour and lifestyle.
What a bright, beautiful, sunny Sunday. We are here at the Mahalakshmi Racecourse, and as you all know, today is the day of the most prestigious, the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby 2022. This is where the most exciting races are going to take place, where there's going to be glamour, there's going to be fashion and whatnot. I'm going to give this mic over to Richa, who's going to give you a little bit more about what's in store for today. Richa, all yours.
Thank you, Aradhna. Oh yes, spectacular weather and a thrilling weekend. We couldn't have asked for more. It's the Derby weekend, the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby 2022. It's going to be an exciting day. We're looking at about 8 races. Of course, which is the most sought after one. And the first race is about to begin in the next half an hour. So we're on the clock, and the race is at 4:15. So make sure you clock that into your calendar and are there at the spot or on play.rwitc.com. So stay with us as we bring you exciting updates, insights and a few tips for this exciting day. Thank you.
On the Mount of Suraj Naredu and drawn 2.
Number 2 is Aries, been ridden by Bhavani Singh and is drawn 10.
Number 3 is Chopin, the Mount of Neeraj Rawal, drawn 3.
Number 4, Regal Command, been ridden by C.S. Jodha, is drawn 8.
Number 5 is Souza, the Mount of Kaviraj, drawn 4. As we turn the page.
Number 6 is Sun Gold, been ridden by C. Umesh, is drawn 7.
Number 7 Zarak, the Mount of Dasrat Singh, drawn 5.
Number 8 Zuccarelli, been ridden by Pete Trevor, is drawn 9.
The first of the fillies, number 9 Faith of Success, ridden by Akshay Kumar, the innermost draw.
And number 10 is the Wonderfully Miracle, been ridden by P.S. Chauhan, is unbeaten 8 out of 8, and she's drawn 6.
And making up the 11 is number 11 Win My Love, ridden by Anthony Raj S, and drawn 11. So as we wait for the runners to come into the parade ring, let's take a look at what Pacey Shroff had to say earlier this week when he's holding the cards to this race. He's got Miracle and he's got Zuccarelli. Let's take a look at what he had to say.
Expectations are high. You have to keep her mind in a good shape. We have to keep her physically going. She's had a lot of mileage She's raced a lot. She's been on the go from the time she was a juvenile. She's won her first start and never lost after that. So yeah, the expectations are very high, and she's a lovely filly. I'm honored to train her. She is quite a lady. She knows what she wants and knows what she likes and doesn't like. But she is very professional when it comes to racing. So nobody can rattle her as far as the race is concerned. PS is a very experienced rider. He's not only is a very good rider, but he's also a very good human being, and he gets on well with her. So yes, he's going to partner her. He's a lovely horse. He's done very well. He's improved. He's matured. He's kind of understood what it is to race, and you can see from his last victory that he's really matured in the style of running. He understands what he's supposed to do. So I think he'll run a big race. Well, everyone trains for this day. The owners buy horses so that they can participate and probably win this kind of a race. So it's quite a journey, but the day is finally coming, and we'll see what happens. Chopin is a lovely little horse. He's bred to stay. He's won the Ruya, which is a lead up for the Derby. He's won it well. I think he's going to run a big race for us. He doesn't have as much experience as many of the other runners, but he has done very well. Souza is predominantly a front-running sort of horse, but I really don't think he can win this one. Sungold is he's a nice horse. He's by excellent art out of a mare called Blue Ribbon. She was my first classic winner. She won the Oaks for me. So that was a mile and a half. So yes, I definitely think he will stay. It's just that we've not had enough racing, so these young horses haven't had an opportunity to kind of go through their paces and get racing experience. But I think he'll run a good race. He stays well.
For those who want more from life, Kingfisher Ultra. Live the Ultra life.
Alright, and this is a sponsorship that has lasted many years. We got a chance to catch up with the Chief Marketing Officer of the UB Group, and I had a chance to catch up with him. This is a sponsorship that has lasted almost 40 years. It might be the oldest in sports, certainly if not the oldest, the number of years, considering that Visa and the Olympics began their marriage back in the 70s, but that's once in 4 years. This one has been every year for about nearly 38 years now. So let's take a look at what they had to tell us. And while we're waiting for the interview to come live, we'll take a look at the presentation ceremony from the previous by Dr. Cyrus Poonawala's horse, Emperor Roderick. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So this is a sports sponsorship association that possibly is one of the oldest in the world. Certainly in number of years, the longest if you add up and aggregate the years. With me, the Chief Marketing Officer of the UB Group. They will, crowds allowed, but on behalf of the sport, let me thank you for everything you guys have done for horse racing.
Thank you, Mohit. It's fabulous to be here. I must thank the RWITC for pulling off a wonderful event. The country has seen significant challenges, right? And the fact that despite the challenges, people are out in the open with the adequate COVID protocols, enjoying a wonderful race is quite fabulous. We are very proud of the partnership. As you said, it's been close to 40 years. One of the longest standing partnerships in sport, if you may. And for me, and you and I were talking, the best timing is 2.27 seconds, 2.27 minutes, right? But the preparation behind that, the effort behind that is significant, arduous and long. So I'd like to also congratulate the winners today. It's not easy. What you see is 2 minutes of glory, but behind that is a lot of pain and hard work. So my congratulations to the RWITC for pulling up a wonderful event. My congratulations to the winners today. And a big shout out for the people who came out. It's a glorious day. Despite the challenges, coming out and enjoying a great day of racing. Fabulous.
Thank you very much, David.
Thank you very much, Mohit. Have a good one. Enjoy the balanced part of the proceedings.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Family who was trained with them.
Let's hope for it.
I think Zuccarelli will during the course of the week, and this is what he had to say.
Aries is a very interesting horse. His best run was fourth in the Hyderabad Derby. The form is Miracle, Zuccarelli, Southern Dynasty and Aries. At that time he was still soft, and he had some issues which had to be sorted out. He's in and around them, he's close by, and he's got the blood, he's exquisitely bred, and jockey Bhavani Singh rides him. People may ask why Bhavani Singh, because some horses go for some jockeys, and he's going to put in one hell of a run. Regal Command is a very honest horse. He's been unlucky in a couple of races. He should have won 2 of them. He got hemmed in the rails in the S.A. Poonawalla Million, where he should have won. But then that was the Pune track, it's a turning track, and he's a big, long, rangy horse. And the Bombay track suits him to the T, and he's coming up well. It was unfortunate I couldn't run him in the Ramvilas Ruya. And he's coming up well. It was unfortunate I couldn't run him in the Ramvilas Ruya. He had a small respiratory infection, so he's out of that now, and we are giving it our best shot. CS Jodha is so that much pressure is off the jockey. He knows the atmosphere, he knows the build-up, he knows it's like a pressure cooker for the first timers, and especially jockeys who have not won this race come under a lot of pressure. So that way, the boy has done it, been there, done that.
We spoke a bit earlier with Devrata Mukherjee, the Chief Marketing Officer of the UB Group, and as part of what he said, there's so much appreciation for what the UB Group has done for Indian horse racing. So what we did is we went around and spoke to some of the regulars at the racetrack to ask them what they felt about the contribution that has been made over the years to make this sport. So the horses are in the parade ring for and the horses are in the parade ring. So our producers have said we'll come to that in just a moment as we start taking a look at number 2. Number 2 is Aries, who run in the first silks of Dr. M.A.M. Ramaswamy. The Ruya considered to be one of the key lead-ups to the Derby.
इसको बंद कर दो.
ये नहीं चाहिए
नहीं ये भाई दोनों को दिया
Fourth behind Miracle before that, that was in Hyderabad, in the Hyderabad Monsoon Derby. Just walking past us, I have to say, certainly a very striking looking horse.
Absolutely, Amrita, indeed, catches the eye for a moment. That is Aries. Number 3 is Chopin, being ridden by Neeraj Raval, trained by P. Shroff. Has had 2 starts this season, came out and finished second in its first start over 1800. Last start over 2000, came out and won that pretty impressively with 3 1/4 lengths, beating Chieftain. But again, our question would be,
is Regal Command, the second of 2 Kartik Ganpati runners, I should say. This one's ridden by a more senior jockey in C.S. Jodha. Was a long enough way behind A Star Is Born and Zuccarelli in the 2000 Guineas.
Absolutely.
800 meters more.
Very correctly said, Shelley does need to find a lot here, going over the trip at 2,400. So we'll wait and watch as to what Regal Command has in store for us.
Well, and just very quickly, I got a look at Zuccarelli as he walked by, but before we come to him, number 5 is Souza, another long shot in this race, likely to try and ensure that this one's going to be a true run race. Most derbies are true run, but more than likely Souza is here to ensure that there's very little left to chance on that count.
I completely agree on that, Mohit. Coming to number 6 will be Sun Gold. It's excellent art at a blue ribbon. It's had 2 starts. Won its first start over 1,000, last outing over 2,000, finished on 4th behind the Babaji. There's a lot to prove here, Sun Gold, and meeting a different set of horses here, which are with a lot of class. We really need to wait out and watch as what Sun Gold has in store for us.
And just taking a look at him as he walks around the paddock, he's not the most best to look at, but well, we aren't here to win a beauty contest.
Absolutely, Mohit. And I'm just looking at number 8. That is Zuccarelli. That's the one that everyone's got their eyes on as well. One of the 3 contenders.
Like in Bangalore, I had to say, I thought he looked maybe just a little bit, just a tad bit better in Bangalore than he does now. He's travelled, so it's expected. But let's talk about him for a moment. I haven't seen a performance that impressive in a long time.
Absolutely. I mean, sitting back at home and watching performance, I haven't seen anyone win that impressively in recent times, and I think it was a super run. We really need to wait and watch what Zuccarelli has in store.
Well, the thing about him is, what I really liked is the way he put his head down, and he was, he put his head down. He's able to really conserve his energy. He has a short stride when he's relaxed, and he's able to really stretch over a lot of ground. And I think really that's the hallmark of his because they each have their advantages and disadvantages, strengths and weaknesses.
Right.
And the big question is, who pulls the trigger first?
Absolutely agree on that note. There's no, we need to wait and watch as to who actually pulls the trigger first in this one. And obviously this one being the biggest of all, the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby, it really does not get better than this. Number 9, Derby for Arvind Ganapati, being ridden by Akshay Kumar. Faith of Success has a lot to prove here. What do you think, Mohit?
Does, but two wins back to back. You don't win this unless you are, unless you're really of the caliber to win a grade race, grade 1 race. She's done just that. So you can't count her out. Stranger things have happened in the
Completely agree on that, Mohit. Coming to number 9 there. That is Faith of Success on screen.
Well, this one's really, for me, looking the part. Number 1, A Star Is Born.
Yeah, that caught my eye as well.
Born, looking extremely ready, looks absolutely fine-tuned to perfection. Really, for me, from what we've seen so far, and we haven't seen Miracle yet, the favorite, but from what we've seen so far, this one really looks the pick of the lot in the paddock right now.
Well, I do get to see the wonderfully Miracle Mohit right there, looking pretty much, just the way she looked the last time, and she's done nothing wrong, Mohit. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I completely agree. My only question mark here is, look, no horse actually, filly or colt, gelding or otherwise, has ever won the Poonawalla Breeders Multi-Million and the Indian Derby. Now, I'm not superstitious, so I don't believe it has anything to do with superstition. What I a horse with a lot of speed. Generally, a horse with that kind of speed doesn't see out the mile and a half. There's a lot of speed in this pedigree, in the family. I thought in the Oaks, when the trigger was pulled on her, she did find a couple of lengths, but I wondered if she was going to find any more. She's certainly looking the part, and I think, like I said, she's looking absolutely super. She's looking really super.
Is,
she walked by
this afternoon.
But the question again for me, Anit, is, as we and the question is, who pulls the trigger first? I think it's going to be a bit of a wait and watch game, a bit of a cat and mouse game. Who pulls the trigger first? Is it Zuccarelli who waits for Miracle and A Star Is Born? Does Zuccarelli go first? We know he stays, and he waits for A Star Is Born and Miracle to come guineas.
Right.
I'd like to see him wait a little bit.
Absolutely. I would like to see him wait as well. So it's going to be really exciting. The last one that walked out of the paddock was Win My Love. That's the Bangalore Challenger, ran fourth in the Oaks behind Faith of Success. Your thoughts on Win My Love, Mohit?
Well, I think Win My Love has a lot to prove here. It's got to make up ground on Faith of Success and in turn on the top 3 contenders as well, if not the top 4.
Absolutely, Mohit. And now I think they're just about to reach the starting gates on the main track, and we can head over to the commentator's box. And may the best horse win.
That's right, and Deepak Rajpal, who's done 40 years of this race, will be in the commentary box to take us through this. A great thank you to him as well for the contribution he's made to Indian horse racing.
Absolutely, I think we've grown up, all of us, wanting to be callers, especially me. I've grown up listening to him, and gives me goosebumps each time he calls a race, and especially the Derby.
All right, the horse.
Thank you, Anit. Thank you, Mohit. So, ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. The moment has arrived that we all been waiting for. The running of the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby Grade 1 for Indian horses 4 years old only. Weights colts and gelding 57, fillies 55.5, distance of 2,400 meters. The horses are now in front of the grandstand on the main track. Till roughly about 3 minutes left before the loading operation will get underway. Now Aries has been walked up. Aries backs away. Now Chopin has been walked up. Chopin goes in. Souza goes in quietly. Win My Love walking in. Blindfolded Zarak. It's going to be fourth last. Win My Love, third last. 2 more to go. Miracle and A Star Is Born. Star Is Born goes in. Miracle gets in quietly. The line is set. Track clears. Stand by for the start. And they're racing for the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby. They got a complete circuit ahead of them. Faith of Success settle back last. In fourth last there is A Star Is Born. And as the field settles down, they're going away from us. Is Chopin as the leader. From Souza is going ahead in the center. Souza is the new leader. The 2,000 meter marker in the green and yellow are the popular colors of the Shirke family. In second there is Chopin with Neeraj Rawal sporting the dark blue jacket that representing the Equus. His first ever Indian Derby right through the back stretch. They passed the 1800. 3 lengths behind there. Sun Gold is by Excellent Art. Another 3.5 lengths behind is Aries in the golden brown. Length and a half behind there is Regal Command sporting the white cap. They passed the 1600. White cap. They passed the 1600. 2.5 lengths behind there is Miracle is by Multi-Dimensional is a multi-classic winner including the Indian Oaks. Another 2.5 lengths behind is Zuccarelli is the Bangalore Derby winner as they passed the 1400 in a fast gallop. 2.5 lengths behind there is Zarak. Another 3 behind there is Faith of Success in the green cap is the Hyderabad Derby winner. They're heading now towards the 1,000 meter marker in this Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby. Souza in a runaway leader for about 5 lengths in front of Chopin. Another 6-7 lengths behind as they pass the 1,000 meter marker. There is Win My Love. Another 6 lengths behind is Sun Gold is towards the inside. On the outside is Aries. Miracle by Multi-Dimensional is making a forward move. Another 2.5 lengths behind there is Zuccarelli. Then about the 600. After that there is Faith of Success. A Star Is Born as a head turn for home. Round the turn and into the straight with over 2.5 furlongs to go. Chopin in a runaway lead for about 6 lengths in front of Regal Command in second. Miracle is being asked for an effort making a forward. He is the one outside flashing on the steam. Is A Star Is Born is by Roddick O'Connor, but it's going to be Chopin from Zuccarelli in the center. A Star Is Born is up on the outside, but Zuccarelli has gone to the front in the popular colors of the 5-star shipping company, and P. Trevor has done nothing wrong. He's ridden a copybook style race to lift the Indian Derby from A Star Is Born. Then we got Chopin. After that is Miracle.
Check. Check. Check.
May I have attention please? Here are the results of the 7th race. Number 8 Zuccarelli first. Number 1 A Star Is Born second. Number 3 Chopin third. Number 10, Miracle, fourth. Number 8, A Star is Born, दूसरा. Number 3, Chopin, तीसरा. Number 10, Miracle, चौथा. और number 4, Regal Command, पांचवा.
सातव्या रेसचा निकाल. नंबर 8 जुकरेली पहिला. नंबर 1 अ स्टार इज बॉर्न दूसरा. नंबर 3 शोपैन तीसरा. नंबर 10 मिरेकल चौथा. नंबर 4 रीगल कमांड पाचवा.
The distances and time, 1 by 2 lengths, 3.5 lengths, 6 3/4 of a length, 1.5 length. Time, 2 minutes 29.294 seconds. I repeat, 1 by 2 lengths, 3.5 lengths, 6 3/4 of a length, 1.5 length. Time, 2 minutes 29.294 seconds.
Zuccarelli. So Zuccarelli, trained by Pacey and ridden by Trevor, tracked Miracle all the way in what was a very fast run race. In a very fast run race. And to take us through the race, I've got Shiva and Surendra with me while we wait for Zuccarelli to come back here. Shivan, let's talk through the race here. And it was a very fast run race. If there was a race that was going to trap Miracle for stamina, this was it.
Yeah, after the last run, it was to be seen if she would stay. It was a fast run race, and the first two horses at least stayed the distance, and today Miracle was found out.
Miracle was certainly found out. Comes back to the theory that, look, to win a Poonawalla Breeders Multi-Million and come out and win the Derby, you need to be with two very different types of horses, and we yet have to see that happen. But let's talk about the winner. And Zuccarelli, he was very impressive in Bangalore. A lot of the skeptics were saying that, well, he's beaten nothing, but really, if you had put something behind him, he would have still won very well, and he's proved it this afternoon. He's a very good horse.
Yeah, you can say that if you would have put something behind him, but in the manner which he won that race, even though he didn't have maybe some real class horses behind him, but that showed that
He certainly has. The second horse home, A Star Is Born, for a moment looked like he was going to, just for a moment he looked like he was going to find it just too hard a hill to climb.
in my opinion, it didn't ever look like he was going to beat Zuccarelli at any point of time in the race. Maybe for a moment, but that's about it.
Well, it's turning out to be quite an interesting rivalry between these two. A Star Is Born got him in the 2000 Guineas. He's now come out and won. It is all about great competition, and we've seen a great champion win 2 races earlier in Juliet, and a month from now we'll be at the Invitation Cup in Chennai, and that's going to be a mouth-watering clash between an older filly who's probably at her peak right now and a horse who's just starting to find.
I wouldn't want to say. I wouldn't want to give a pick at the moment.
All right, there's a month to go before that, obviously, and nobody would want to give a pick. I think what we saw, she's a filly in form. You stay with the filly in form until they let you down. She's a little more mature, but this horse is going to improve race to race, as we've seen that happen. So the winner, owned, of course, by the Dhanji, runs in the silks of the Dhanji Boy family in partnership with Mukul Sunawala too. I can see him on the screen, and a victory like this, a day like this, Shivain, first weekend back with crowds, it really shows what the sport is all about.
Yep, the city's landed up. They've given us a thumbs up. We were a little worried as to how many people would come. It's a pretty packed house. Couldn't have wanted more from Bombay. Thank you, Bombay. Thank you, Bombay.
Absolutely, and as we wait for Zuccarelli to come back to the the last 200 meters or so, as we wait for him to come back. But these are moments you savor. You've been there, Shivan. You've had a Derby winner.
Yeah, I didn't know what was happening. It was very early days. It was just a big sort of a huge sort of a swirl. There was a sea of crowds. I didn't know what was happening. This bunch has seen many derbies. Khushu's seen many derbies. He knows what's happening over there.
Yeah, he certainly does. And as Zuccarelli starts his walk back past the crowds, lots of flowers, congratulatory messages. Those who had their money on him, he was a very, very worthy second favourite.
Oh yes, he was a very worthy second favourite. I think he was a well-backed second favourite. There were doubts on the filly Stamina, Miracle Stamina. She's got a bit exposed. Maybe even just a touch over-raced. She's had a lot of runs. This horse is still coming up.
He certainly is. He's improving all the time. Shivain, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
And as we wait.
Away from us is Chopin as the leader. From Souza is going ahead in the centre. Souza is the new leader. The 2,000 meter marker in the green and yellow are the popular colours of the Shirke family. In second there is Chopin with Neeraj Jawal sporting the dark blue jacket representing the Equistat Farm. Another 3.5 length behind is Win My Love in third with Anthony Raj first getting his first.
Okay, I've got the winning jockey with me. Moment of a lifetime. What a race, what a horse. You tracked the right horse home. At what stage did you realize you'd got it?
Coming to the straight, I saw Miracle going nowhere, and my horse was just cruising from there, and moment Star Is Born came, he quickened up more and he was just stretching far and far away from the horses.
Trevor, you've ridden some very good horses. This one's continuing to improve. He was very special in the Bangalore Derby. He's even more special this afternoon. How much more does he have left?
I think so. He's also maturing. He was not really matured enough. He's settling beautifully. He knows what he has to do now. I think so he's got a lot in him.
Lots of moments of emotion for you. You've ridden some very good horses all over the world, actually. Where does this rate?
Oh, it's definitely special horse. This was a dream. I was just waiting for this. You don't know when you get it, and at least today was my special day. Especially my child was here. My daughter was here for the first time. She saw me winning. I'm the happiest.
Oh, that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. We wish you and her all the very best. Thank you so much. and we've got Pacey Shroff as he's watching the last furlong or so. Pacey, really true run race. The ones that didn't stay got first, but I still tipped him to win. So let's talk this through. He was very special in the Bangalore Derby. I think he's been even more special this afternoon.
Yes, I think he's a special horse. He eats well. He makes the job really easy, and he's done it well. I've been lucky.
You certainly have, but of course that's being very modest too, Pacey. He's like back at home.
He's a very, very easy horse to handle. He's got a great temperament. He does very well in the yard. He eats well. He eats his feed, falls asleep. He's absolute no nonsense sort of horse.
Okay, now the question is that you pick them when they are youngsters, very, very young. At what stage did you realize that you got something special?
He was a very special yearling actually. He was I think one of the best on. He was a very special yearling actually. He was I think one of the best on the farm as a yearling, and I trained his mother, and she was very good as well. So I thought Western Aristocrat on top. Maybe many.
You've trained a few now. You've trained more than many others have, but
I need to train many more.
And I'm sure you will, Pacey. But the question is, being on their back, sitting on the stands, it's a different feeling. But do you miss being on the back?
I don't miss being on their back because I can't do it anymore. It's as simple as that. If I could, I would have been on their back.
All right, very well.
As long as I could.
Okay, very well done, Pacey.
Thank you.
Super result.
Congratulations.
Okay, and there we have shots of the winner. Try and speak with the owners before they head out to the presentation. If not, we will join them at the presentation as we take a look at the replay.
Settle back last and fourth last, there is A Star Is Born. And as the field settles down, they're going away from us. Is Chopin as the leader from Souza is going ahead in the center. Souza is the new leader, the 2,000 meter marker in the green and yellow are the popular colors of the Shirke family. In second there is Chopin with Neera Jawal sporting the dark blue jacket representing the Equistat farm. Another 3.5 length behind is Win My Love in third with Anthony Raj first. There's Sun Gold is by Excellent Art. Another 3.5 length behind is Aries in the golden brown. Length and a half behind there is Regal Command sporting the white cap. They passed the 1600. 2.5 length behind there is Miracle is by Multi-Dimensional is a multi-classic winner including the Indian Oaks. Another 2.5 length behind is Zuccarelli is the Bangalore Derby winner as they passed the 1400 in a fast gallop. 2.5 length behind there is Zorak. Another 2.5 length behind is A Star Is Born. The winner of the Indian 2000 Guinea. 3 behind there is Faith of Success in the green cap is the Hyderabad Derby winner. There 7 length behind as they pass the 1,000 meter marker. There is Win My Love. Another 6 length behind is Sun Gold is toward the inside. On the outside is Aries making a forward move with 800 in balance. Another 2.5 length behind is Regal Command. 3 length behind is Miracle by Multi-Dimensional is making a forward move. Another 2.5 length behind there is Zuccarelli. Then about the 600. After that there is Faith of Success. A Star Is Born as a head turn for home. Round the turn and into the straight with over 2.5 furlongs to go. Chopin in a runaway lead for about 6 lengths in front of Regal Command in second. Miracle is being asked for an effort making a forward move in the center. A Star Is Born is up on the outside, but Zuccarelli has gone to the front in the popular colors of the 5-star shipping company, and P. Trevor has done nothing wrong. He's ridden a copybook style race to lift the Indian Derby from A Star Is Born. Then we got Chopin, after that is Miracle.
2 lengths behind, and then 3.5 lengths behind was the filly, was Chopin, and then the filly Miracle. The presentation party making its way needing a bit of a push. Certainly not a Zuccarelli, as valuable for sure. And a super Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby 2022. What a super result it's been for the connections of Zuccarelli. Trials and tribulations for the 10 others, but a super winner here in number 8, Zuccarelli.
So the presentation ceremony is going to take place on the track. It's a hallmark of the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby when the presentation takes place on the track. We missed it for the past 2 years, and we're back at it again. It feels lovely to have spectators, to have the cheer, and to be able to do things that are very symbolic to the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby. Waiting for the connections to arrive as they make their way to the track. It's a day every horse lover looks forward to and definitely doesn't miss. The Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby, the richest and the most prestigious race in India for horse racing. You can see the winning connections making their way through to the podium. Lots of smiles, lots of handshakes. And there you see Trevor with his little one. It's a dream of every jockey, trainer, owner to win the Indian Derby. And his expression before crossing the winning post said it all. He knew he had it, he knew he'd done it.
As we all saw, Zuccarelli wins the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby 2022, and Pete Trevor, the most celebrated jockey, celebrating his win. It's a big day. It's a big day for everybody here, especially the owners, the trainer, Pacey Shroff, who's been on a winning spree, and Zuccarelli takes it home at the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby 2022. The presentation is just about to start. Loads of congratulatory messages and celebratory hugs.
The presentation ceremony is about to begin. The connections are almost getting on stage. So let's head over to the presentation ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Debabrata Mukherjee, CMO of the United Breweries, will now present the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby Grade 1. Won by Dark Bay Gelding Zuccarelli, owned by Mr. K.N. Danjiboy, Mr. Z.K. Danjiboy, representing 5-Star Shipping Company Private Limited, Mr. D.R. Thakkar, representing DT Racing and Breeders LLP, Mr. Mukul Sonawala and Mr. A.S. Narilwala. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big round of applause for the winning connections, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, Zuccarelli was trained by champion trainer P. Shroff. We have a memento for the trainer as well. A big round of applause for trainer P. Shroff, ladies and gentlemen. Zuccarelli, ladies and gentlemen, was ridden by Zuccarelli was bred at the Nanoli Stud Farm, and Dr. Ravi Reddy will receive the memento, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause for Dr. Ravi Reddy. We also have cash prizes for the grooms, the first and the second groom. We request trainer P. Shroff to receive that on their behalf. Memento, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Vijay B. Shirke, ladies and gentlemen, handing over a beautiful memento to Debabrata Mukherjee.
Splendid day of racing. You had a winning bet as well on the horse that won, so it was all good. A special thank you from all of us, the management of RWITC, for your sponsorship. I'm not sure how many people know here, but it's 38 years. That's a long association, and we hope that you will. We had a good exchange of ideas also. I hope that we'll probably connect on them again, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for being here today.
Pleasure.
Yeah, you want to say a few words? Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Sunil, as you know, it's been a long-standing partnership, close to 40 years, one of the oldest sporting partnerships. And I must congratulate the RWITC for pulling together a splendid event. The country has gone through a lot of pain, but it's fantastic. I want to congratulate all the winners. The race lasts for 2.5 minutes, but the effort behind that is tremendous. More to make this afternoon a truly memorable one. So congratulations to the winners, congratulations to everybody associated with this sport. Last but not the least, it is wonderful to see so many people with the appropriate COVID protocol coming out on a glorious day, enjoying the sport that all of you love. So a big shout out to all the fans. I hope the close races made this afternoon. Thank you so much, sir. Made this afternoon
Thank you so much, sir. And that'll be it, ladies and gentlemen. From the presentation area on the main track. Once again, a big round of applause for the winning connections of Zuccarelli. Check. Check.
And right now I have the man of the moment with me. Congratulations, sir. I mean, like, you just won the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby 2022. How do you feel? Come on.
Well, very weak knees, I can say, but with a fabulous wind. And, you know, you definitely, whenever you have winning a derby, you miss quite a few hearts on the way.
It was running through your mind while the race was on. I'm sure that.
Well, I mean, she jumped well, she settled well, and seems to have not
just keep telling the jockey, don't go too quick, don't go too quick, and that's exactly what I was shouting.
Okay.
2 from home, but he has enough in his patrol, so when he asked him, he really went well.
And
brilliant train by
correct,
Clever, yeah.
And your first expression when you saw Zook really zoom through.
My hands were way high.
Oh my God! Oh my God! That, I'm sure that must have been a sight to watch, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you can't have a better
Lovely.
excitement.
So, what's next? What's next in the pipeline?
Well, hopefully all going well. If she trains well, then she goes through the invitation to Chennai.
Yes.
So let's see. We've got a very good filly here.
Yeah.
To carry or to try and beat.
Correct.
She's still the champion.
Yes.
That's there. But let's see. We always give it a try.
Lovely, sir. It's a night to celebrate today.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Lots of champagne, I hope.
Oh, lovely. Congratulations once again, and it's party time, right?
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Congratulations once again, sir. Big day for you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we come now to the 8th and last race of the day, which is the Gateway of India Million. Our handicap for Indian horses rated 20 to 46, 0 to 19, eligible distance about 1400 meters. And what a derby we all witnessed with Zuccarelli coming on top and coming out and winning the Kingfisher Ultra Indian Derby Grade 1. Been an absolute splendid day of racing here at the Mahalakshmi Racecourse. Just to inform our patrons in the members enclosure, you can sit back and relax immediately after the last race is done, and you can refresh yourself in the food and bar hub, which is at the members enclosure.
beginning to arrive at the starting gates. Learning operations to commence any moment from now. Beacon flash is starting time. Kinara is the first to be stalled. Redefined getting in. Pure being tried. Alpha is in the meanwhile getting in. Pure seems to have gone in. Rubik Star being walked up. Rubik Star gets in. Emery's stalled. Superligera being tried. Just wait now for Rubik Star to completely get in. They got Rubik Star in. They all set. Now one still out, that is Superligera with the blindfolds on. Superligera gets in with the blindfolds on. They're all locked up and ready. Set. Pure being a bit fractious. Gates open, they're racing for the concluding race of the Derby Day, the Gateway of India Million evenly dispatched on the gates by all the runners, but as they sort themselves by Pure, a length away Pure there is Emery's in the blue and white, not too far away there's Redefined, half a length up on the inside of Redefined there's Superligera, second last there is Kinara, close last is Rubik Star. Back to the leader, and it's the Awakening by about a length and a half, 2 lengths in front of Pure is in second place, another 2 lengths away. Alpha is being joined on the outside by Emery's in the blue and white. A couple 2.5 lengths away there is Redefined. Superligera, there we got Rubik Star, then we got Kinara as the heads turn foam. Around the turn into the straight, the Awakening comes in on first by a length and a half in front of Pure is in chase. A length and a quarter away there's Alpha, then we got Emery. Superligera is maneuvering his way in the center. On the stand side is Kinara, but the Awakening being ridden on hands and heels is about 2 lengths in front of Pure. Then we got Superligera, on the outside is Kinara, but as the Awakening by a length in front of Superligera is the Awakening. Superligera and Kinara, the Awakening gets it from Superligera, then we got Kinara, then we got Alpha is, then we got Pure, who seem to have lost its reins, then we go back to Rubik Star, Emery's, last of all Redefined.
attention please. Here are the judges' placings for the 8th race. Number 2, The Awakening on Kinara, 3rd. Number 5, Pure, 4th. And number 6, Alpha is 5th. 8वीं रेस का नतीजा, नंबर 2 अवेकनिंग पहला, नंबर 3 सुपर लगेरा दूसरा, नंबर 1 किनारा तीसरा, नंबर 5 प्योर।
रेसचा निकाल नंबर 2 द अवेकनिंग पहिला, नंबर 3 सुपर लगेरा दूसरा, नंबर 1 किनारा तीसरा, नंबर 5 प्योर चौथा, नंबर 6 अल्फा इज पाचवा, नंबर 6 अल्फा इज पाचवा,
Remind all our patrons the Race Ka Raja contest. The presentation would take place immediately after the presentation of the last race, which is the Gateway of India Million. So don't go away. You might just be driving back a Honda Shine bike this evening. Have your attention please. Distances and time. 1 by a long neck, a long neck, 3/4 of a length, a long neck. Time 1 minute 23.442 seconds. I repeat, 1 by a long neck, a long neck, 3/4 of a length, 23.442 seconds. Pure being a bit fractious. Gates open, they're racing for the concluding race of the Derby Day, the Gateway of India Million, evenly dispatched on the gates by all the runners, but as they
Pure being a bit fractious. Gateway of India, Million, evenly dispatched on the gates by all the runners, but as they sort themselves out, and it's the Awakening just the leader, but a length in front of Alpha is being tracked on the outside by Pure. A length away Pure, there is Emery's in the blue and white, not too far away there's Redefined. Half a length up on the inside of Redefined, there's Super Ligera. Second last there is Kinara, close last is Rubik Star. Back to the leader, and it's the Awakening, but a length and a half, 2 lengths in front of Pure is in second place. Another 2 lengths away, Alpha is being joined on the outside by Emery's in the blue and white. A couple 2.5 lengths away there is Redefined, a length and a half away. Redefined as Super Ligera as they go well past the 800, approach the 6 on the outside of Super Ligera. There we got Rubik Star, then we got Kinara as the heads turn film. Round the turn into the straight, the Awakening comes in on first by a length and a half in front of Pure is in chase. A length and a quarter away there's Alpha, then we got Emery. Super Ligera is maneuvering his way in the centre. On the stand side is Kinara, but the Awakening being ridden on hands and heels is about 2 lengths in front of Pure. Then we got Super Ligera, on the outside is Kinara, but as the Awakening by a length in front of Super Ligera, Kinara. Then we got Alpha is, then we got Pure.
What a day it has been. So many emotions, so many nerves, and we finally have a new Indian racing champion, Zuccarelli. What do you have to say about the race?
I am absolutely ecstatic, Richa, because this was my first ever Derby experience, and over the course of 5 days I've learned so much, and to actually witness this historic win is something, it was a sight to behold, and I'm really excited for what's next in store. Like, what was running through your mind when you were watching the race? You tell me.
Oh, for sure. He was among the favourites, and if everyone's seen the Bangalore Derby, he just sneaked in from the back and took it home, and he pretty much did it even better this time. Yeah. So he is a champion, and looking forward to what he's going to do in the upcoming races. But great day, a day which everyone looks forward to, and definitely an horse racing fan does not miss. So it's one more race to go, and that's it. The Derby weekend concludes, and it was great having you with us. Thank you for your support, and if you couldn't be here, we're sure we got you the best while you're sitting at home. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful week ahead.
Thank you. Bye-bye.